We'll get you that information.
You don't even have
You
that
don't know that
information and you
information.
making that decision?
Yeah, can you get that? Yeah.
No, stop. Guys, I'm not accusing you of doing anything, man.
All right, we just asked you what day
everyone's trying to chip in and put their 2 cents in, right? So again, I wasn't there. I don't know. This is way bigger than me. Obviously, you're somebody. Can you stop recording me?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So actually, go ahead, record me. That's fine. As a
can we
figure out this property? I hereby warn you that you're trespassing on this property.
But listen though.
As defined by Nevada Revised Statute 207.200. If you do not leave these premises immediately, you will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor.
For what?
Your subsequent return to these premises after being duly warned out.
Arrested for what?
Arrested
for what?
Do you understand this? Warning. Again, I respect that, but
how can you tell me I'm gonna be locked up on trespassing?
Hold on. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
We're a private property.
Yes.
At this time, with the information we have, we're refusing to do business with you. We have the right to do that.
What information?
Hold on. So I
but not refusing to do business with me. You telling me I'll be arrested if I don't leave. If I walk upstairs and get something to eat, I'm gonna be arrested for what?
What we just said was
for being a rapper?
We officially trespassed.
For what?
We officially trespassed.
For what though? But what did you officially protest me for? For what? How?
Sir. Yes.
Who do we get the details from? Because
say no more. We out. Let's say no more, man.
Our vice president will
send me that video.
Yeah. All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO'S, everybody doing out there. Bear with me. This will be a really good video. Please just bear with me. Give me a few minutes to cook up here. Now, I do want to say this and throw out the obvious because we've talked about this on my platform before for my long-time viewers who've been around watching Mr. TALIAFERRO content for a little minute now. We have talked about Meek Mill getting into his sympathy bag and how sometimes it's tough to know when to believe Meek Mill because Meek then got in that bag where he's just trying to get you to be on his side by any means necessary, whether he's telling the whole truth or not. I don't believe Meek Mill's in that space anymore. I salute to Meek Mill. He seems like he's in a great space. And I don't believe he's in that pocket anymore. I think this was really a situation where homie was just going to have a good time. Now, for those who don't know the story or have not heard the story, Meek Mill was in Las Vegas at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. And I've never been to Vegas, but I've heard countless stories about people trying to go into certain Vegas clubs, certain Vegas hotels, Vegas casinos. And in certain areas, I've heard this time and time again, there's a gentleman's club rule, right? Let's call it what it is. There's a gentleman's club rule that still exists in this world. You'd be a fool to think otherwise. And in 2019, we got a few of us, and I'm talking about black people here, that are making some money, right? So there are black people making money now. How do we still, if you're the other side, if you're somebody who doesn't want a certain type of demographic or crowd in your venue, how do you keep people like that out of it in 2019 when they technically have the financial resources to be inside of your hotel or your casino or your club? You code it by language. As I get older and I get more knowledgeable about certain information, I learn how this world works. Everything is coded by language. And I think what Meek Mill just saw was a hotel trying their best to code something by language till it got to the point where the coded language wasn't working, and Meek Mill and his team was like, yo, man, tell us what's up. Why the hell y'all won't let us inside this club, or why y'all trying to kick us out? Now, Meek Mill's claiming he was at this Cosmopolitan Hotel. He said he was only there one other time in his life for a private Jay-Z party, I believe is what he said. And he was like, they're pretty much saying they don't want to have too many black entertainers and black people there at the same time. He's calling the venue racist. He said some of these casinos have a bunch of tactics to keep the level of blacks down, but they love to take our money. This happens to a lot of black entertainers, not just me. I felt crazy being put out by these white men for no reason. Now, Meek Mill went on his Twitter account to say they telling black rappers they're banned from properties they own without internet. They told me I was trespassing, I would be arrested if I stepped into that hotel. He said, I only been there once, and that was for a Jay-Z hotel party. If you come from my culture, you should never step foot in the Cosmopolitan Hotel. They just really racist as hell. Something really has to be done in Las Vegas, what they be doing to our people. Now, that was Meek Mill's words. I want to go on and read a little bit of the Cosmopolitan. This hotel did come out and make a statement, as obviously multiple media outlets were trying to hit them up today. Like, yo, Meek Mill had problems in your hotel. Do y'all got a statement? Meek Mill's videos have went viral. The Cosmopolitan Hotel said, as a matter of company policy, we do not comment on legal matters. Our guest safety and security always remains our top priority. Now, I can tell you this, Meek Mill's lawyer, one of the guys that was heavily involved in Meek Millie getting off and being out on probation as we speak, Joe Tacopino did come out and say, we've learned the Cosmopolitan maintains a list of African American recording artists who should be denied access for no other reason than their culture and skin color. Meek's lawyer went on to say that Meek is demanding an apology from the Cosmopolitan Hotel. And if you saw in that video, there was no explanation on why Meek was kicked out. I do want an explanation if I'm kicked out of your venue. It don't got to be long and detailed, but you need to be able to source me an incident when I was involved in, right? Like, you need to be able, off the top of the head, and in 2019 with technology being as advanced as it is, you need to be able to pull up something and say, yo, the reason why you are banned from this venue is cited as such, right? Like, that guy, that security guard, or whatever he was at the Cosmopolitan Hotel, was like, my vice president told me you gotta go, right? Like, I'm just going by what the VP says, right? Like, that's not enough for me. I need to know what's going on, right? And like I said, it don't gotta be detailed, but don't just tell me you gotta leave. You gotta leave or you will be arrested. What's that about? Meek's claiming, again, this is Meek, he's claiming he has not had an incident at this venue. If he has not had an incident at his venue, he has the right to know why the hell are y'all kicking me out. Now, I will say this, I don't do business with people who don't want me there. Like, you would have told me one time you want me out and I would have got the message. I'm too paranoid, like with my food and all that stuff. I be thinking y'all niggas want to, if you told me you want me out and then I say for what, and then y'all let me stay the rest of the night, like, I be thinking you guys are trying to set me up the whole night with my food. Like, when I move around at the hotel, I be thinking y'all trying to set me up all night. So I wouldn't want to be there. Like, I was at the gas station. Obviously, I don't got the money that Meek Mill got, so I got to tone this down to us poor people problems. I was at the gas station the other day, and I was talking to the cashier, and she was like, why do you come into this gas station frequently? And I was like, shit, don't worry about it. I ain't coming back. Trust me, if you don't want to do business with me, you ain't got to tell me too many times. I don't fuck with people who don't fuck with me. I don't do business. I don't care what you sell, what product you got. If you tell me one too many times, or you hint at that you don't want me to be there, if you sound tired, don't worry about it. Don't cook my food, whatever it is. Don't go get my product from the back. I'm cool. I'll go get it from somewhere else. I ain't the type of person that likes making people do their jobs. I'm cool. I'm straight. And it looks like in this situation, Meek Mill probably just needed to say, man, forget y'all. I don't want to do business with y'all anyway. I don't want to be in y'all venue. But I'm happy Meek Mill played it out the way that he did in regards to getting that on camera. We needed to see that. Like, it's one thing for him to go tweet that out, but giving us that video provides a little bit of context to the scenario. Like, I got a homie who went to Vegas one time, and he said if he didn't walk in with 5 chicks, seriously, this is a club in Vegas, this is real life, in 2019. If you're a dude that doesn't walk in a venue with 5 chicks, you won't get in. I don't care what you got on, right? And I'm thinking to myself, that's a little bit extreme, bro. Like, damn, if I bring 5 chicks to the club, you're pretty much ruining me getting something new that night. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there like, fam, I think that's a little bit ridiculous, but I have heard time and time again that Vegas lives by a code. Like, again, it's one of the probably most visited destinations on this planet Earth, to be honest with you. The amount of tourism that goes through Vegas day in, day out, with the casinos and just the nightlife and just the party scene, and the fact that there's this coded language that's going on. And what makes me so sick about a lot of the shit that happens in our country, they want our culture when it's convenient to them, right? Like, I heard Drake complaining. Even Drake, think about it, Drake was complaining about a hotel out there in Vegas, or a casino out there in Vegas, a few months ago. I'm not saying that artists don't make mistakes, and I'm not saying that artists can't do wrong and get kicked out. I'm not trying to make an excuse for an artist, but to me, these are not just rich nigga problems, because these things happen on every level, in every city, in every hood, just locally, right? It may not be you at a casino or a hotel getting kicked out, but trust me, it's happening in every city, every hood around this country, right? It's not even in the hood all the time, it's everywhere. So that language is happening. We just got to kind of pick up on the language and understand when we're not being wanted. If Drake got kicked out, think about it. Drake is as polished an artist that we've ever had on the male black side. Think about it. Drake's black / Canadian. His mom's white, right? Like, think about it. Drake is as polished a figure we got. If if Drake can't get into a venue, or if Drake's having problems in a venue, there's no other, like, that we don't have a better representation in hip hop than Drizzy Drake. He is as clean an artist we've ever had, right? Like, he had problems a few months ago. Now you got Meek, who having problems right now. To me, it's telling me y'all want our culture, but don't want us. I guarantee you that casino/hotel that kicked Meek out, the Cosmopolitan, I guarantee you that Drake and Meek Mill record, Going Bad, was playing at some point that night that Meek got kicked out, right? I guarantee you that Drake and Meek Mill record played. I guarantee you that freaking Toronto Raptors Milwaukee Bucks game was playing. A game that, again, by the way, 85-95% of the athletes on the court are black. I guarantee you those things were going on inside of that hotel/casino that night. They want our culture. They don't want us. They want the culture in regards to the entertainment aspect, but the actual human element of it, they don't want. And what I love about Meek Mill in his position, there's a lot of people making money, right? There are plenty of people in our culture making money, and I salute to them. Y'all nothing but motivation and inspiration to somebody coming up like me. But what I love about Meek Mill in his position is it ain't just about the money that Meek got. What makes him different from most rap artists is he's actually connected to people in power. He's connected to a Jay-Z. He's connected to even from the money that's bigger than Jay-Z's, right? Like, think about it. The Robert Krabs of the world, the Michael Rubins of the world. For those who don't know who those guys are, respectfully, one guy is the New England Patriots owner, and he's involved in crab cheese. I believe his dad created crab cheese, and he was also involved, in a massage that ended happily a couple months ago. And then Michael Rubin's also a very rich man. He's part owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, right? So I'm just telling you, like, these guys, they allow Meek to be in certain areas, and Meek is still hip hop. He's still street, to the point where he ain't just gonna allow some of that shit to just slide that other artists or entertainers who get on, they probably turn the blind eye to getting kicked out of a venue and just say, man, it is what it is. I like that Meek Mill brings a point to emphasize on certain things and make it a talking point for the day and bring attention to shit like this, so we can have these conversations and not spend money with these people anymore if they are doing or treating our culture wrong, which what it seems like they did to Meek Millie at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Let's make sure we say that name multiple times in Las Vegas. I thank you guys so much for the time, love, support. Cosmopolitan, me personally, I want a statement on why Meek Mill was kicked out. I want to know what it was. Like, why was he kicked out originally? What was the ban for? If it's a legit ban, fine. But if there's nothing that y'all can explain, y'all owe that man an apology. Simple as that. Y'all owe the community and the culture an apology, to be honest with you. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I do not take it for granted. Salute to Meek Millie, man. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
All the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO.
You're watching Mr. TALIAFERRO TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.